Right, following on from the intro to Python is the first task sheet. Really, it's just the same thing, but we're combining what we learned in different ways. So the first couple tasks, well, the first one, you just have to copy it and fill in this blank. The second one, you have to just copy it. That is it. So I'm going to start from this one to kind of show you what you've got to do. Now, I have made a blank file already. The reason I've done this is because when people first start using Python, they think that you can just double click on it and it's going to work. It's not going to work if you double click on it like that. So if this is happening to you, don't worry, it's not broken. I get emails and questions about this all the time. Oh my god, my Python's broken. No, it's not. You just have to go right click and edit with idle, and then edit with idle again. And this is the code. Now, I didn't actually write any code, so that's why there's nothing you can see here. So we're gonna look at this. What I would recommend if I was you is to split your screen in half, so you can actually see what's written. You don't need the whole thing. And we're gonna fill in this. So you just have to go first name equals, notice the capital N, right? If you did first name like that, Python's gonna freak out. It hates it. It thinks it's two variable names. You want it as one name. So you could do it like that, but I like doing the capital N so you know the different words. You can tell them apart from each other. So you write first name equals input. So if you remember, input is how to ask a question. So in here, you just have to say, what is your first name? Doesn't really matter what you write, but just make it make sense. The next one, you know what? I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Control C, Control V is the easiest way. And then just change first name to surname and go, what is your surname? Question mark. Here, age equals input. What is your age? And down here, you're combining them. So rather than doing print first name on one line, print surname on another, print age on another, we're combining them into one line, making more efficient codes. We're actually kind of making a sentence. So the way it works is, right, my name is, and then you do close the quote and you do a comma. Not the other way around. If you do comma quote, that comma is in the quote, which you don't want because the quote is actually a piece of code. It lets us kind of chunk it up. It lets us separate our code. So we write my name is, now you could write your actual name, but that'll break it. That's not the name of the code. We're going to write first name and put that in there. The reason we're doing this is because no matter who uses your program, they'll be able to enter their name and it will say my name is, and it will say whatever their name is. If you just wrote my name is and here you wrote Fred, it would just say my name is Fred no matter what. This is actually going to dynamically change depending on what you wrote. So after the first name comes surname, so we just do another comma and we write surname, and then we do another comma. Every time you've got a word or every time you've got a string or a variable to separate, do a quote. And then we go, and I am, and then it's age. Oh great, I'm going off the page, great. And then years old. And then you make sure you close that bracket at the end, otherwise it won't work. And there you go. I'm gonna enlarge this slightly so you can see it all. So my name is, and it'll look up first names variable, see what's inside, print out that, then it'll look up surname, then it'll look up age. So I'm gonna run it here. What is your first name? Pablo Stroud, 50. Right, I've got an error in the code. This is just something you gotta get used to in Python. You're gonna get errors all the time. I've been doing this for years, and you know what I've done? I've made a spelling mistake. Not here. They need to be exactly the same. I've made one here. I just wrote surname instead of surname. So surname. Now when we run it, it will fix it. So The errors can sometimes be confusing, but if you actually look what it's highlighting, it's normally on the bottom row, you can figure it out. So, what is your name? Pablo Stroud, 5th day. And that is it. Right.